What is going on, guys? DragonTamerBlayde here, back with some more Elder Scrolls Legends, and I didn't think we'd necessarily be doing this soon, but I'm definitely hyped to do it. We've got expansion news revealed yesterday at E3, and we're already pretty darn close to it coming out. Before we get into the things, June 27th is the day. So from today, we've got 17 days remaining before we have another expansion coming. Let's go ahead and open this page up from the Elder Scrolls Legends website. As you can see, the expansion is called Moons of Elsweyr. Elsweyr. I don't really know how to pronounce these things. So it's based off of the Elder Scrolls Online expansion, I think, that just recently came out. I don't play ESO, but I believe that a kind of sister expansion just released for that game recently. So we're kind of in lockstep between the two games right now. As you can see, we're going to get 75 or over 75 new cards. So there's two ways to look at it, and I'm looking at it both ways. A, more than 75 new cards, welcome addition. Any influx of new cards is always welcome on my end. It means more cards to mess around with. Hopefully some new decks that are get created, some new things to play, just new cards to see. I've always said, like, even if you absolutely hate an expansion, with our new content release schedule, it's never more than another 2.5 months away from getting into the next expansion's hype season. And also, 75 cards is a very manageable amount, meaning that if you're a free-to-play player that was worried about kind of falling behind in the grand scheme of things, 75 cards is a very manageable amount of cards to collect. So I think as long as you keep up with your dailies, keep getting gold, do all your quests, get your 3-win rewards while you're grinding, arena rewards, all that stuff, I don't think you'll fall behind on our new 4 expansions a year content release schedule. If they're all similarly sized to this, maybe 1 or 2 bigger ones per year, I think you'll be able to hold up just fine, especially considering you should be able to craft a fair amount of these cards as well. Also, promised in the expansion is Khajiit across all 5 attributes, bringing Pilfer with them. So if you like kitty cats, you're going to have a great time in this expansion because you're going to get a whole lot of them. So, first, let's get into some of the cards that they revealed. First things first. From the little research that I've done into the Elsweyr expansion for Elder Scrolls Online, it brought 2 main things to the game. Khajiit and dragons. And it's in the channel, it's in the branding, it's everywhere you guys see. I love me some dragons. So I am here for this expansion if it brings a bunch more dragons. The first one that was revealed is a unique legendary Calgrontid, or Calgrontid. You guys can correct my pronunciation. Actually, before we get into the card, this looks like the brand new mat that we're getting for the game. And I have to say, this is by far the best looking mat in the game at the moment. And I don't even think it's close. All of the mats are nice, but this is a next level of playmat that we have not seen in the game yet. This is beautiful, and I hope that this is kind of the standard that they're setting moving forward. Just the variety of stuff like this would be absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, it says it's bringing a new playmat, so it is the new playmat, confirmed, I guess. And it is gorgeous. But onto the dragon, Calgrontid. 12 cost, 8/9 dragon with guard. And on summon, summons the Halls of Colossus. You may be asking, Blade, what are the Halls of Colossus? I got you, fam, don't worry. Halls of Colossus is a unique support, or not it is a unique support that can only be summoned by Calgrontid. It says it is not a collectible card, only summoned through him. And it is activated right away, the support. And the ability of the support is a 3-use. Summoning non-unique dragon of your choice from your deck. Oh, be still my beating heart. I love it, I love it, I love it. So, on turn 12, you can drop an 8/9 with guard, and if you want to, you can play Skeletal Dragon for free. That's an 8-cost dragon for free. Swiftwing Dragon, 8-cost dragon for free. Wildfire Dragon, 7-cost dragon for free. Pick your dragon that doesn't have a gem on top, and you play it for free. Holy hot dog. I am so excited to play with this card. Not even like counting like Cauldron Keeper memes or Tower Alchemist memes. Just purely playing an 8/9 dragon and getting to summon potentially up to 3 non-unique dragons from my deck for free. Already amazing. That's not counting graveyard synergies from pulling Calgrontid back, either with Valkyrie Defiler or Solitaire. That's not counting potential Dark Rebirth things you can do with Calgrontid to activate that summon effect again. I am just so excited to play with this card, and I hope that there's a bunch more dragons in this expansion. And I do like that they're putting some dragon love into yellow. At the moment, I think yellow has my least favorite dragons, maybe up there with blue. Undying Dragon's obviously really good, but very slow. The 4/4 guard is just a 4/4 guard, and then the Karthspire Scourge is not really quite good enough. And the Lookout is maybe the 3rd or 4th best Lookout. So Willpower definitely needed some Dragon Love, and oh my god, is this some Dragon Love. I can sit here and talk about this card forever, but I am so excited to play with this card. It's going to be so fun. I cannot wait. But that's not the only card that was revealed so far. We've also got 2 new mechanics and some kitty cats to look at. So the mechanics are Wax and Wane. So if you're like me, you were like, what the hell? How do I know how Wax and Wane works? There's some people talking about it working like Dawnbreaker and Dustfang, kind of flip-flopping when the card gets into your hand. CVH has recently confirmed that Wax and Wane are tied to the turn number for your cards. So, Wax, 3 letters, activates on odd level or odd numbered turns. Wax, 3 letters, odd 3 letters. Wane, obviously even, and even has 4 letters, so Wane is on even turns. This is the first card we're going to see, Moonphase Soothé. 3 cost Khajiit, 2/2 stats, Wax, +1/+1 and Drain, or Wane, draw a card. If you guys have heard me talk about cards before, one of the biggest things that I love is flexibility. It creates interesting decisions. It lets cards do multiple things. And as long as the card isn't the best card at doing any one particular thing, like in this case, this isn't the best Drain creature you could get. It's not the best draw card you can get for 3. But it does both of them, and both of the effects are good. So you're probably happy with playing either one of these things. Oh my god, Discord, go away. I'm trying to talk here, bruh. We're going to close Discord for now. Sorry about that. So we got +1/+1 and Drain. So when it's the Wax ability, you have Golden Initiate minus the Prophecy. And when it's the Wane ability, you have Indral Mastermind with 1 added health. Is that good? I think it's pretty good on both fronts. I'm not going to do a full card review of all of these cards right now. But this is a very flexible card. It's more card draw in green. The body is better than most early game draw bodies you receive, and it also has the possibility of coming out as a 3/3 with Drain, which is perfectly respectable on curve. Drain is a very powerful keyword, so Moonphase Soothé can fit pretty decently into an anti-aggro deck or an aggro deck. It could be either one because you're putting stats on the board or drawing your cards. I think it's a pretty good card, and I really am interested in the kinds of decisions that Wax and Wane are going to create. Not only because you have to decide which ability is better for you to activate, but also the best time to activate won't always line up with the turn that it currently is. For example, turn 3, you're going to have the Wax ability activated. So on curve, this would be a 3/3 with Drain. That's fine, but what if the best situation at that point, or you really need to draw some cards, then you have to decide, do I not play this card on curve and save it till next turn where I may risk floating 1 Magicka in order to draw the card, or do I play this for now to try and maximize my current value and risk my future value? I think it creates a lot of really interesting decisions, and I hope that the rest of the cards kind of fit into this kind of thing. Obviously, it remains to be seen, but very, very interesting card, and I like it a lot. And then next up, we have another keyword called Consume. The way Consume works, you remove a card in your discard pile in order to gain the ability. So we have Blackworm Neophyte. 4 cost 4/3 with the ability Summon, Consume a creature, summon a 1/1 skeleton with its keywords. So in total, you're getting a 4 cost 5/4 worth of stats. Pretty fair on curve, but additionally, you're trying to maximize those keywords. So if you discard a Territorial Viper, you get a 4 cost 4/3 and summon a 1/1 with charge in lethal. Obviously, that's really good. You can get things like Dagoth. I like Consume a lot in theory. Obviously, all of the abilities can't just be summon a 1/1 skeleton with its keywords, so we have to see what other abilities Consume can trigger. But here's my one concern with Consume. I love it as an idea. However, outside of decks that are just choosing not to run purple whatsoever, and with the existence of tricolor decks, which is really easy to splash purple into other decks, how or why would I choose to focus on Consume as an ability when purple has more powerful and arguably just as consistent graveyard synergy? And what I mean by that is, yes, Odurnerin comes down 2 turns later, but the stats are comparable, and if you're just looking at the Territorial Viper case, it summons the exact copy of Territorial Viper, so it doesn't even remove that creature from your keyword, or from your graveyard, so you can reuse that Territorial Viper in the future. Additionally, other cards in general, so Falkreath the Filer and Squish the Wimpy, can summon me a full-on Blood Magic Lord or a full-on Night Talon Lord, and not a 1/1 skeleton. So I'm interested. I don't think Consume is going to be just the way this card is printed. I think there'll be other, hopefully more varied effects, because this one effect can't really hold up to the ability of Endurance to actually use the graveyard in general. So I think this would just be a decent card in, like, for example, my Keyword Assassin deck, to pull back like a Territorial Viper-ish type of thing, where you can't run Endurance. But if Consume keeps going along these lines of consume a creature and do something similar to the creature you consumed, I don't think Consume will be quite strong enough. But if it does other things like consume a creature, draw 2 cards, or something like that, I think that would be too strong. But something along those lines, or varied abilities like that, I think Consume has a lot of room to do a lot of really cool things, and maybe use the graveyard in a way that quote-unquote feels better than our typical graveyard synergies have felt. So those are the only cards we saw today. Obviously, the card reviews will start just like they did before. I'll do them in batches of 4 to 6 at a time. As with the last expansion, there is a pre-order bundle available. For $50, you get 50 packs. You get a premium Wrathstone card back. You get a Wrathstone title. And you get a legendary card from Moons of Elsweyr. Yeah, I think that's about all the information we received. Oh yeah, and there will be pre-constructed decks that I believe are launching with the expansion. I know Alliance War pre-constructed decks kind of took a little bit of time to make it to the game. This time around, they are not taking any time whatsoever. So save up your gold, and I would suggest buying the pre-constructed decks first and then buying packs so you get all your legendaries out of the way with the legendary duplicate protection. But obviously it depends on how those decks are looking when it's released, and I will review them for you guys when they come out. But yeah, that is going to be it for now. Hope you guys are excited for the expansion. Let me know what you guys think of the cards that have been revealed down below in the comments section. It is expansion hype time, boys. Let's get it going. We'll see you guys tomorrow with some more stuff. Peace!